Hey everybody. Not sure who's gonna be coming on and popping on, but wanted to say hello to everybody and get started soon. Today we're gonna be talking about lock extensions and how I install these, which is amazing because right now I wasn't really sure how it was gonna come out, but I'm excited to share how these were all installed, the do's, the don'ts, the pros, the cons, and just give you a little bit of background to what happened with these locks. So if you have any questions, you can always ask. Um, and here we go. So when I got these locks, or I actually decided to do it, it was a while ago. I was excited, and I've been wanting locks for a while. So I decided that I was going to bite the bullet and just get some here. And this one, so what I'm telling you guys is the inexpensive way to do it. It's not expensive at all. Um, and I didn't want to go to anyone. I wanted to try to do it on my own. And just for the people that don't understand why I'm looking down a little bit, I'm trying to see who's chatting or who's gonna, say something. So I need to kind of look here and there. The camera's this way. So anyway, so I'm gonna share some of the tools that I used as I did this process. So again, I chose the hair that I wanted to use for myself, and it was the Qfitt. This one is the 0.75. And this one is kind of big. So I think I only did like a few with these. I stuck to the zero point 0.5, which I really love. This is it right here for me. And it does exactly what I needed to do. But it was also really, really pointy. And so I did stab my finger. Like one time when I first got started, it was a couple of bruises. I could see that it wasn't a great process in the beginning, but it didn't matter because I still wanted them. I wanted to try the experience and see what happens. And just be careful. Wrap your fingers up. If you can wrap this finger up, because this is the main finger, wrap up your thumb as well. Because as you're doing it, especially if you're going to do it the way I did it, basically like from scratch, this tool can hurt you. So you want to be careful. Okay. Again, I used hair that I wanted to use. So this is human hair, but I decided to use it even in the color that I wanted to use. So this one is shade color 280. And you could pick whatever color works for you. It's fine. You don't, like I said in the little section, you don't have to pick something that I'm exactly doing. You can do whatever you want, even when it comes to the crochet needle. Pick whichever one you want. But this one is the Marley braids. I wanted to just try, and this color was kind of like a gray and white. On my hair, I had some gray and white. Later on, I wound up coloring it so it looks dark now, and now it's black. But my hair was right here, and I just wanted some length. And again, like I said, instead of actually spending $36 for 10 locks, I spent like $3 and like 99 cents for packs of hair. The pros and the cons. So let's talk about the pros and cons. The pros, I will say that the money. I did it my way. And I will say that it came out amazing. I just have to tighten it when I, you know, want to tighten it, which right now it's been a little bit of time. So it's almost time to start to tighten it. But I will say that it came out the way I wanted, and I didn't spend a lot. Because again, if you see the tools that I got this, which is the crochet needle. and I got the hair. And to me, that was good enough. I didn't want to spend any more than that. I think altogether I spent about roughly with each pack, maybe about because I even bought some black just in case. I wasn't sure what direction I was going into. So that's the other thing. Kind of figure out what you want to do, what direction you want to go into before you do it. Don't be afraid to make this choice and even do it yourself. I mean, you would be spending hundreds of dollars to do what I did, and it didn't even really cost me that much. So I think altogether, maybe $35. I was on the phone with my girlfriend when I walked out. I was like, you know what? This journey is going to be crazy initially, but it was worth it. I will say that the downside, the cons of what I did, it took forever. So that is the one thing I will say. It just took so long. Um, I will say it took about maybe 3 weeks of start, stop, start, stop. It was a lot. I have kids, and it just, to me, just took a long time to get everything done and eventually finished. And then I had to color. It just was a long process. So know the color that you're going to have if you decide to do the install. I will say that originally I tried to match um, the hair color. So originally my hair was gray. It was gray on top. I colored it, and the hair was gray and white. And so I was going to do it that way and then didn't like it. Initially, if you pick the wrong kind of color, some hair will not color. So I have to color again, but like maybe like this piece, which was a new piece, it still has more of a gray undertone. So pick a color if you're going to do it. Pick a color that you know for sure you want before you do it, because that was the one thing that I was afraid of. I wasn't sure if the color would even color. And I know that some people have a situation like that where they bought hair thinking that it was going to be, you'll be able to dye it, and they couldn't. So know that for certain that whatever you do, it's permanent. I mean, unless you decide to cut it, take it off, it is completely permanent. Um, and really, that's it. I do not want to keep you guys. It is late already, or if you want to say early, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm an herbalist, so yeah, I could have grew it out, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to wait. And so my hair was already, like I said, a nice bob length. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to relax it again. And I was rocking it real curly and just said, at this point, I'm ready. This was probably the only hairstyle I have never done. And so I said, this is going to be the one style that this is it. This is it. I'm just going to rock this. And it is starting to change. So it does matte, and it will continue to matte as the process goes on. So that's, you're going to go through the kind of like brackety, and I hate to say it that way, but you're going to go through where it gets fuzzy. And there's different stages of locks, and that's the whole thing. Once it starts getting unkept and unneat, just roll it. Just roll it. And that was the main thing that I did. I just started to roll it, and it started to just kind of mat back, to itself. So the process is amazing. I love getting up and not having to do anything with it. I do get up and I'll spray it with a solution of half distilled water, peppermint oil, because it feels so amazing on the scalp, especially because it will start to itch. Scalps, your scalp will itch, period. Whether you have braids, locks, whatever you try to do, even if a person has a weave, eventually it's going to itch. And the solution that I make is amazing. So you can always come to my shop and buy the solution. You can make it yourself. You can make it yourself. It's an easy blend. Like I said, it's distilled water, peppermint oil. It's also, what else did I add? I added for smell because I like peppermint smell, but sometimes I don't want to always have it in my hair. So I also added a scent that has like an apple scent. It smells delicious. And and then added a few more things like some hair growth oil that I created and just made it all together. And it's amazing. It feels good. It's soothing because the whole thing is also keeping your hair moisturized. You don't want it to be dry. That's like super important. So the key to locks, no matter what you do, no matter what stage, just keep your hair hydrated. That's key. You don't want it to start to break. You don't want to fool around too much with your hair because once it's on, it's yours. It is yours. I don't care if somebody says something, don't ignore them because, they probably want to do it. So it's your hair. Have you rock your locks, it's yours. The extensions are fabulous. So enjoy your own journey. Don't worry about anybody else. If you have any questions or you want to get a few tips or whatever, you can always hit me up at herbalistblends.cc. But I am here for you guys and I love you. Peace.